Roll Tide, everybody, and welcome back to the show. It's a big day in football. The last really meaningful game is taking place. And we're going to talk about that and more right here on the Bama Tailgate Show. We're brought to you by Golden Moon Casino. The Timeout Sports Lounge is right there in Philadelphia, Mississippi. Short drive from Tuscaloosa and Birmingham. They got you covered. You want to make those bets, the crazy Super Bowl bets, they got them all right there for you. So Vegas-style sportsbook and short drive, everything you need. Slots, table games, amazing golf at Dancing Rabbit, awesome steakhouse at Pearl River Resort. Golden Moon being a part of it. Let's go. All right, Roll Tide, everybody. There he is, Cruz Oxenrider. I'm Mick Gillespie. Good to see you. And a happy Roll Tide to you over Super Bowl weekend. Cruz just got back from the scene of the crime that's going to take place when the Seahawks and the Patriots play. We're going to get into that later down the road. I know all of you guys are really happy about Bama going down to Auburn and winning in basketball. We'll talk about that too. But let me start with this, Cruz. Ryan Grubb. Talking about the next team, I know everybody is dying to see a little bit better run in the run game. And he basically said, and I'm in that mix. Can Bama run the ball? CJ Crowell, is he going to do it for us? What's going on here?
I mean, it can't be any worse than it was last year. I mean, we're really good. I mean, AK Deer, Hill's back, Crowell. I think. I think the way that we ended the season running the ball as poorly as we did was eye-opening to a lot of people, not just inside the program, but outside the program, because this is the first time that, Alabama hasn't been able to run the ball effectively in a very long time. So I thought, we hit on some guys in the transfer portal. I believe we picked up 6 new guys in the transfer portal from the offensive line. I love the fact that, we made an emphasis on changing offensive line coaches. We have to run the ball better next year. It was proven that, hey, we can't just rely on our quarterback to get the job done like Ty Simpson did. There's a reason why you look at Indiana was so balanced last year. They had so much success. You look at Ohio State the year before, that duel between Henderson and Junkins. The year before, Donovan Edwards and Blake Crum. You have to be able to run the ball effectively to win a national championship. Granted, you also have to have elite quarterback play as well. But you can't have one or the other. It just doesn't work that way anymore. Bama used to get away with it. Not really relying too much on the pass and just hammering the ball down people's throats so they can stop it. So it has to be a point of emphasis. I actually have nothing but faith in our quarterback and wide receiver play right now because I know what the system can provide. I've seen it. So I want to see how much more dangerous this offense can become if we can just get – I don't need you to be number 1 in the rush. I don't need you to be number 2. Just give me bottom top 5, high top 10, like around there, like hang around that like 5, 6, 7 range. Hell, if you want to be in the top 5, I'm not going to say no to it, but I don't need that, especially with how explosive this offense can be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it's got to be explosive. I mean, these guys came in, Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb, when he came over, we thought Ryan Grubb was going to be the man, right? I mean, everybody was fired up about the offense, what he brought to the table. Seahawks fire him. They go to the Super Bowl. They're probably going to win the Super Bowl, and then Bama can't run the football, right? And a lot of people have put that on Ryan Grubb. The offensive line coach let go at the end of the season. New guy coming in. You can talk about all that. There were 2 guys on the offensive line last year that are going to be drafted by the NFL. Mm-hmm. And I asked Mike Johnson about it. He was like, the timing was just off. Felt like the timing was off. Like, I don't know, but they never really figured it out to me. Like, they started the season running, and then they couldn't run, and then you're watching them each week, and it just, I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
it never got better. I thought maybe in the beginning it was because Jam Miller was out. He got that injury right before the season started, so I thought maybe that had something to do with it. And then we get to the Georgia game in Athens, and I'm like, okay, like we finally have a little bit of a showing of a run game. And then after that, it never felt right. It felt like we were trying to force it when it clearly wasn't working. I don't know if that was a result of offensive play calling or scheme or what it really was. And it felt like we had to get way too cute to run the football. The trick plays, the jet motion reverses. It seemed very forced at that point. I would have rather have gone full Texas Tech, Mississippi State leech system. Like, hey, we can't throw the ball. Let's just air it out instead of like wasting everyone's time and play calls and everything like that. If we were just going to go that route, but I will say, I think they're going to make it a point of emphasis this year, this offseason, spring, summer, really iterate it, running the football. I like the beginning of our schedule that gets us ready for, that gauntlet that we have at the end of September. So we'll be able to really get our run game going, get Keelan or Austin Mack's feet wet. And then that way we're not just throwing them into the wolves.
Yeah. Well, that's a tough schedule. I mean, like we're a long way away from actually dealing with the schedule, but you look at Indiana, they won the national championship. Their first 3 games were like cupcake central, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then you look at the schedule, and I think that the schedule for Bama and these other teams, now that you've added an SEC game, the non-conference schedule is about to get really light, right? Because you just don't you're not going to want to deal with it.
No, I mean, you look at our schedule this year. I mean, we opened the season up against East Carolina, and then week 2, I believe you get is it Florida State is week 2, or is that week 3 for us this year? I want to say it actually might be week 3. So I think Kentucky is week 2. I'm pretty sure we open up SEC play week 2 against Kentucky, if I'm not mistaken. And then we get Florida State, and then I believe we get a bye week right before Georgia, because I know we played Georgia on that one. So the schedule kind of is a little messed up for me. Because I know.
Oh yeah, all right. East Carolina, at Kentucky, versus Florida State, versus South Carolina, at Mississippi State, versus Georgia, and I don't see any off days.
Oh wow, okay. So yeah, well, we used to have the 2 bye weeks, and that was a massive thing for us.
And I just realized though that the season starts in September this year. It seems like last few years has been like the end of August. So I don't know if that matters, but it's still a tough schedule. East Carolina and Tuscaloosa, at Lexington, the new coach.
Yeah.
Then Florida State and Tuscaloosa, South Carolina and Tuscaloosa, at Starkville. I'm glad they're back on the schedule, although they were really close last year.
They're good.
Georgia and Tuscaloosa, at Tennessee, homecoming against Texas A&M, which I mean, at LSU and Lane Kiffin, at Vanderbilt, versus Chattanooga versus Auburn.
I mean, it's not on paper. It sounds like a pretty competitive schedule, but we also, if you look at what transpired this year. The playing the 4 ranked games in a row, that was pretty tough. And then come to find out, Georgia and Vandy were the only 2 good teams out of that. Tennessee kind of downgraded that schedule. Same with Missouri because of injuries. So we'll see how it goes. Texas A&M, that's a tough opponent. They were a college football playoff team last year. South Carolina, it seemed like they just couldn't finish games. They couldn't figure it out. But they returned Sellers, Dylan Stewart's back, Nick Harbor's back. So it'll be interesting to see. At Vandy will be interesting. How's this new Curtis kid going to be doing? The number 1 quarterback out of high school, going to Vanderbilt. That'll be later in the season, so he won't be like a freshman coming into this. He'll have his feet wet for a little bit, and it's at there. So first time we played there since they beat us. So it could be interesting. Could be a trap game. And then of course you end the season Iron Bowl in Tuscaloosa. Feel really good about that with their new head coach. So the schedule is winnable. Obviously, like you do get 2 mulligans. Yeah, I mean, we live in the world now in college football where 2 mulligans, sometimes maybe even 3, gets you into the playoffs. So it's going to be very competitive. Georgia's not going anywhere. LSU it looks like a new powerhouse. How's A&M going to bounce back after this year? We know Georgia's going to be good. How's Ole Miss going to be? It's Trinidad now not getting that waiver. So that's a massive block. That's a massive loss for them.
Right.
Texas, Arch Manning, the Heisman favorite going again, they're going to be highly ranked. So this is Oklahoma. Mateer's back. A lot of those guys are coming back. So, I mean, this SEC is going to be very competitive again next year. It's going to be very everyone beating each other up kind of thing. And then when you look at the Big Ten,
how about no Texas or Oklahoma on the schedule next year?
I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. I mean, personally, selfishly, Oklahoma's had her number for a little bit. Saw them in the playoff game, so that was good. Texas is going to be, they're scheduled to be a top 5 team, a national championship contender next year. The game that worries me the most out of this is probably at LSU. I mean, we've had their number. We've had their number for a while, especially in Baton Rouge. This is Lane Kiffin's first year playing against Alabama. They haven't played Alabama since 2022, I believe. 2023. Lane's that was Saban's last year. So DeBoer and Lane haven't played yet. So that'll be interesting. It's in Death Valley. That roster is incredible. I talked to a few LSU guys out in the Super Bowl week this week, and look, it's national championship or bust for them this year. They really believe that with this roster. You've heard reports of about $40 million being spent on this roster. A lot of incentives, and yes. So this is what I was told by people who work in the Baton Rouge, New Orleans area with this team, because I asked about it, and 40 million was the number that I kept hearing. The 60 million one wasn't true. I know that number got thrown around. It was around like 40-ish. But there's a lot of incentives in these guys' contracts. Like Levitt, if they make the playoffs, then he can get an extra million or 700K, something around there. So it's gonna be very interesting. This is going to be a very interesting year in the SEC. Especially with the top dogs. So can Alabama, make the playoffs 2 years in a row with the Boar? Can they, win an SEC championship this year with the Boar? And then you look at the Big Ten. I mean, it's going to be the same guys again. It's going to be Oregon. It's going to be Ohio State. It's going to be Indiana. Is Michigan going to take the next step with their new head coaching staff and Bryce Underwood? So I mean, there's going to be a lot of parity this year between those two. So I'm really excited. I'm already, unfortunately, we are quite a ways away from college football Saturdays again. So I'm going to really enjoy tomorrow, Super Bowl Sunday, because it's our last game until preseason football in August.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Hey, before we talk about Bama players that have made an impact in the Super Bowl, Cruz, you think about this. Think about the top Alabama players that have played in the Super Bowl, or maybe your most memorable Alabama player Super Bowl performance. But before I want to tell you guys about our friend Jake Coker and how he represents Pearl River Resort. And here he is.
So, Jake, let's break down some game tape.
Hold on, fellas. Steve.
Hey, Jake. You ready to rock?
Let's roll, brother.
Guess we're calling plays at Pearl River Resort. Wow, Jake's first throw scores. And Steve's got the crowd pumped. Man, they're absolutely rolling.
'Cause I don't have to be me till Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I ain't gonna face reality.
I tell you, Jake's still got game. While Steve keeps rocking aces. Boom, Jake seals it with a pick.
Come call your own plays
At Pearl River Resort. Let's roll.
I don't have to be me till Monday.
I love how he called him on his cell phone.
I never get tired.
I love those guys. Bo Bounds, Mississippi State. Really just like a broadcaster from Jackson, but he's awesome, dude. Steve Azar sings that song, Me Till Monday. And then obviously our national championship QB winning friend, Jake Coker. All right, Bama players in the Super Bowl. Let me tell you something. My dad was the biggest Baltimore Colts fan ever. And he used to talk about how the Colts should not have lost to Joe Namath in the Super Bowl III matchup when he was with the Jets. So I don't care what anyone else does. That to me, Super Bowl III, Namath, 206 yards, 17-28. They were huge underdogs. And he's like, I guarantee we're going to win the Super Bowl. We're going to win Sunday. I guarantee it, he said, something like that. 16-7. Joe Namath, Super Bowl winner. But there were some other ones in there. Any of them stick out to you?
As far as like Super Bowl playing efforts, I mean, Devontae Smith last year against the Chiefs in his hometown, that was really cool to see him catching, like, I would say the game-ending touchdown because the domination they had.
Yeah.
Julio Jones in the losing effort to the Patriots. It was not Julio Jones. I mean, he makes one of the most incredible catches in Super Bowl history that will never be remembered because of that 28-3 comeback. Trying to think of like other ones. Dante Hightower, in that game as well on the opposite side, forced the fumble against Matt Ryan, crazy sack.
That was he played Dante Hightower played in like
he had
in 3 Super Bowls, right?
He played in the one against the Seahawks, played against the one against the Eagles where they lost. One in the I think he's got 3 rings. If I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure he won 28-3. I think the next year they lost to the Eagles, and then I think he was on that team that beat the Rams in that awful Super Bowl.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken,
Jalen Hurts, he was the MVP last year.
I know Hurts was great in that game as well. Hurts was also really good in the game that they lost to the Chiefs. He was also really good in that one.
One that no one's going to talk about, and can I just hear you talk? I'm going to grab this because I need a prop for this one. Just keep going.
Yeah, I think. As far as ones that go, I mean, that's really about ones. The Sean Alexander didn't really show up too much in the Steelers Super Bowl, so that one was a little tough. I'm kind of blanking on some other ones. Derrick Henry hasn't made one. Mark Ingram hasn't made one.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's see it.
All right. Super Bowl 1 and 2, Bart Starr.
Oh,
Dude,
I think that was a little before my time.
This isn't Jake Coker's my kid named Jake. And let me tell you a story. So Bart Starr signed this football. Bart Starr was the first interview I ever had.
Really?
Ever. Yep. I was a student at Alabama doing college radio. I got his number, called him. He's like, he'd love to do it. I did the interview. I was terrible. He was amazing. And then he came back. He came to town and he was signing autographs. And I went up to him, talking to him. I told him, hey, man, thank you. My son wasn't born yet. And he signed. It's the first time I ever saw my son's name written. I mean, but by somebody for him.
Yeah.
So my son's he goes by Jake, but his real name's Jackner. Jaichnner. And we were like, maybe we should call him Jake, but spell it Jaich. But because Bart Starr wrote it like that, I'm like, look, if Bart Starr signs your name, that's the first time it's been written. That's how it's spelled. So
that's, I mean, 100%.
Bart was Super Bowl 1 and 2. Green Bay Packers over the Chiefs, Green Bay Packers over the Raiders, and threw for a couple of touchdowns, 16-23. And I think the first Super Bowl and then the second Super Bowl, he was MVP, and he was 13-24 passing, but he ran the ball too. Had a couple touchdowns, right? So I don't know, like that's just kind of off the top of my head. But like Bart Starr, legend. Joe Namath, legend. I remember Julio and the losing calls. He had a great game too.
Yeah, well, I mean, what was the crazy stat? It was Devontae Smith was the first non-Alabama quarterback to score in a Super Bowl. I think that was a crazy stat that went around. I think it was the year, like last year or the Super Bowl that they played in previously. So it's kind of crazy. I mean, it's going to be cool to see some of the Bama guys. I mean, Anthony Jennings is making a massive impact for the Patriots. Josh Joe for the Seahawks. Robbie Oots for the Seahawks. Christian Barmore for the Patriots. So it's been really cool to see. Got to see some of those guys out media day. Got to talk to Jalen. I got to talk to CJ Japri. So didn't really get a chance to see Job or Robbie Oots any, but had a chance to talk to those guys. And I know that they're the rookies, so they're not really making the biggest impact right now, but they will eventually. I believe so. So it was cool to see them out there. I mean, you're playing for a Super Bowl. Your team's in it. You're still practicing, making your teams better every day. So they may not be making an impact on the field tomorrow, but they help them get to that point so far for, practice and workouts and everything like that. So I am very proud of all these guys that are playing tomorrow.
Right. We're going to talk about those guys. One other guy that we got to throw a shout out to, Kenny Snake Stabler, 1977, January 9th. The Raiders beat the Minnesota Vikings 32-14. And the Snake was 12 and 19, 180 yards, touchdown, and they won the Super Bowl. So the Snake, I used to work with the Snake at the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Dude was absolutely amazing. He was great on the air, awesome stories. And then he was a great guy in person. He was a great player. Obviously was at Bama with the Bear, and then obviously a legend at the floor Bama. You cover all those bases, and you never forgot.
I know. No, I mean, hopefully, we'll have another Alabama quarterback in the Super Bowl soon. I think out of them, I mean, you look at Mac out in San Francisco, there's talks now that they don't want to trade him. They want to keep him, which I don't blame them. I will say this. Mac Jones is very well liked out in San Francisco. Very well liked by that fan base. They're very excited for the, potential of him. When I was at the Senior Bowl, there was talks about him going to the Vikings, the Colts, possibly some other situations. But if I'm Mac Jones, you're learning behind Kyle Shanahan, who originally wanted to draft him to begin with anyways, instead of Trey Lance. So, and he's, playing in a great system. I think there could be something special there. So I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed and didn't get traded. I think I think he could have a really good opportunity there. I mean, we saw what happened in that playoff game with Brock Purdy, and it was not good at all until Mac got in there. So it would be interesting to see. Bryce is another one. Bryce is getting better every year. They had the rookie of the year on offense and T-Mac, the boss wide receiver. You give him another weapon. Let's see, Jalen. I mean, with the Eagles, we never know. Tua, we don't really know, to be honest. We don't really know what's going to happen there. Ty, maybe in a couple of years with the Rams, if he goes there and gets drafted.
Tua had all the concussions, man.
I know. I hate it for him. I really do.
All right, guys, in the Super Bowl, and I want to remind you guys about our promo code Bama Tailgate, newlifeart.com. And we're going to talk about Bama beating Auburn, but another game where we beat Auburn, Neville Arena, was on a buzzer beater, right? Wasn't that there? Yeah, buzzer beater. We beat them on a buzzer beater, and that is Mark Sears' buzzer beater down there as a Daniel Moore print. I'm getting the crispy screen with Caden Proctor or Ryan Williams, who's I think going to have a monster season, making an amazing catch against Georgia. All those part of the amazing prints at newlifeart.com. So print out. How about pimp out your man cave? All right, so here's the guys, right? Patriots with defensive lineman Christian Barrymore, tight end C.J. Dupree, who's with us last year, by the way, and linebacker Anthony Jennings, 3 Bama players playing for the Patriots, but not done yet. The Seahawks with nose tackle Jaron Reed, cornerback Josh Jobe, quarterback Jalen Milrose is a third stringer, by the way. And fullback, he was a tight end at Bama, fullback Robbie Oots. So how about that?
Stud. Robbie Oots.
I love Robbie Oots.
I got a chance to meet him last year after the Michigan bowl game. Him and CJ Dupree. I got a chance to meet them both. They are massive human beings. Like CJ's a pretty big dude, but Robbie Oots is just built like a tank. I mean, he is just jacked out of his mind, but he's a super cool guy. Very happy for him. He's made a massive impact this year, especially in the running game with Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet for Seattle. And then you look at the other side of the ball with Jennings and Barmore, the impact that they've had on that defense. So it's going to be really cool to watch. I don't really have a dog in this fight. Shout out Tom Brady. He said the same thing. But I'm going to be watching my Bama guys. I'm really excited to see what they can do. I'm just hoping for a good game, honestly. But I don't really have a good feeling about this game, if I'm being honest.
Really? I think it's going to be a Seahawks bloodbath.
I do too. That's why I don't have a good feeling about it. I think it's going to be. I got
Seattle.
Train
wreck.
Yeah, I got Seattle by double digits. Actually, I think New England scores a garbage time touchdown to make it look closer than it actually is. I'm not saying it's going to be as bad as that Broncos Seahawks Super Bowl where it was over before it even started. But I think Seattle is just they're built to wear you down and make you make mistakes. I'm a full believer. If Denver had Bo Nix, they beat New England, and we're looking
Super Bowl.
Yeah, and that would have been those defenses would have been incredible. But yeah, so that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. It's kind of the vibe I've gotten all week from everybody. Being out there, it wasn't a very hyped up Super Bowl, to be honest. Compared to last year. I mean, the storylines with can the Eagles get revenge? Can the Chiefs three-peat? That kind of legacy stuff. Taylor Swift, all that kind of jazz. But this year is even being there, it didn't really feel like other than like, oh, is the New England dynasty back? Or can the Seahawks get revenge for the not running Marshawn Lynch at the 1 yard line? But other than that, like not a ton of buzz in San Fran.
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you what, like, no offense to the venue, but when Bama played the national championship game out there, garbage. No one even knew there was a college game going on. And then, it's just not the Super Bowl doesn't need to be in that Levi Stadium, man. Like they need to have that thing in Vegas. They need to have it in LA. They need to have it anywhere but like there. And maybe when Nashville gets their stadium built, that'd be a great place to have it. Like, just not a fan of the whole thing.
No, and not a lot of people were either. A lot of people were very disappointed with the venue, mainly because the stadium is an hour outside San Francisco and Santa Clara, and then in San Jose where they had like the teams were staying, and so like you wanted team availability, you had to go an hour away from where Radio Row was and all the experiences outside of San Francisco. So everything was just so spread out. San Francisco that was my first time there. It's incredibly dirty. It is incredibly expensive.
Used to not be like that, dude. I used to live out there. Shame.
It honestly wasn't my favorite venue I've been to. I think New Orleans, and I think the unanimous consensus was New Orleans was 10 times better, 100 times better than what San Francisco offered, from food to environment to walkability to places to stay. I mean, it was so much easier getting around. And honestly, I think there's a reason why it's been 10 years since San Francisco's got another Super Bowl. I'm surprised they even got it. I mean, the venue's cool. The stadium is beautiful. I'm not denying that at all. But saying it's in San Francisco instead of San Jose or staying out in Santa Clara, it was not my favorite experience. But it was an awesome week. Great opportunity to go out there, meet a ton of people, and do that. But yeah, I think I might skip a Super Bowl again if it's out in San Francisco. Next year it's in LA, which that one I'm actually pretty excited about. I'm excited about that one.
I know there's some of you guys that are from San Fran. No disrespect meant to the Hastings brothers. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome, but it's just like
those guys are awesome. But yeah, I mean, I shouldn't be paying $12 for a beer. I'll put it like that.
Right. Yeah, yeah. That's a whole nother show. All right,
that's a whole other show.
That's a whole nother show we do here. So you ran into Jalen Milroe.
I did. Yeah, got a chance to be out there for opening night. We met at the SEC championship game. Our friend Tyler Booker, Alabama Gump legend Tyler Booker, introduced us. So we got to meet. So we ended up chatting it up for a little bit. Got to ask him a few questions. Going to be posting that on social media later. Was asking him favorite place to eat in Tuscaloosa, teammate you want to add back to the Seahawks. He even gave me a Roll Tide.
Hard-hitting shit there.
He did. Well, I mean, look,
I love it, dude. I do love it. I do love all of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It's like these guys are getting asked the same, and I heard it too because I'm like waiting to talk to them. These guys are getting asked the same question nonstop, and I'm trying to how many times can you ask the backup quarterback, what's your experience like here? And I've heard, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm just
third string. He's not even going to see the field.
Yeah. So yeah. And Drew Lock was there still. I'm like, okay, like we're going to talk about Bama stuff like that. Like that's what, people in my audience and our audience want to see. So he's like, I'm asking him like favorite place to eat in Tuscaloosa, his favorite Super Bowl.
When can we find out his favorite place?
Tomorrow. You'll find out tomorrow. Okay. I'm clipping all that stuff up. It's a look. Honestly, it might be mine too.
Ask me my favorite place to eat.
Okay. What's your favorite place to eat in Tuscaloosa?
City Cafe on Friday. I want fried chicken livers with mashed potatoes, no gravy, candied yams, stuffed eggs, and diet Mountain Dew.
Ooh. Okay. Wow.
I've been doing that since I was in my KA days at Alabama. That's that going, and it still tastes exactly the same. Did you eat City Cafe there?
Oh yeah. Are you kidding me?
Come on, right?
I mean,
do you remember the guy that used to be there? I can't remember his name. He had the old guy. He had the whistle. Grady.
Yes.
Grady.
Yes.
And he would like blow the whistle on his way out on Friday and get the whole place to do a roll tide. And they have a monument up to him, but I always ate there on Friday. I ran into that guy week after week after week, man.
Yeah, mine changes as like changed throughout the years. Like, when I was there, every Sunday I got Rama Jammas breakfast every Sunday. Yeah. I mean, that was our tradition. Archibald's, one of my, some of the best barbecue, but that's technically Northport. If you go to the OG one, I want Northport one. Chuck's Fish is hard to beat, honestly. I love Chuck's. Yeah. Chuck's is up there. Man, yeah, I'm a sucker for, Irish Gold Wings, for being honest.
All right, let's stop it right there. Stop it right there. Okay. Because I gotta give your guy SEC Unfiltered, Chris
Phillips, yes.
Chris Phillips, he did the top 5 bars in the SEC.
He did.
And so I'm in Key West. I'm in the bathroom, and I'm just trying to find something to watch. I put that up in the window. I'm watching him. And then he's like, I see the list, right? He's like, number 5, number 4. It gets to number 2, and I'm like, oh, Innisfree's going to win this. Innisfree has the Irish Gold Wings. That I would pick them too.
I mean, look, I've been lucky enough to go to a lot of these bars in the SEC. I probably would have picked Fred's for LSU. I mean, that place rocks.
I've never been there.
It's so much fun. The library in Oxford or City Grocery is up there for me. Trying to think as far as like,
hey, Dixie Chicken and College Station's a killer. Yeah,
I used to. It's not open anymore, but back when it was open, Cain and Abel's in Austin, Texas was awesome. That place rocked. So good. Texas Tea that place was really good. The corner in A&M is up there, so it's like a 3-story bar. We went the night that Bama beat Menzel in College Station in 2013. I'm trying to think. The Swamp in in Gainesville.
And Gainesville's good. Yeah,
Gainesville. That one's good. Or I think it's called the Social now. That they like changed it. But there's so many good spots. But every time I come back to Tuscaloosa, you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going.
Yeah. Yeah, Knoxville, the back door tavern used to be known as Toddy's. It's a sneaky good one if you go to Knoxville. Ooh. It's not right on top of campus, but it's not far. that is a good spot, man.
Well, I will be a Tennessee native in a few weeks, so I will be there for So I will be in at the Bama Vandy game, and I'll be at the Bama Tennessee game, even though I haven't been to a Bama Tennessee game since I was in college. And funny enough, I've never been to a Bama Vandy game in Nashville. So
really?
Never. No, we never played. When I was in school, they came to us in 2011, where the Jordan Rodgers hit, the infamous one.
Oh yeah.
But
he's good, by the way. He's good at this.
Oh, he's a cool guy. Oh, he's great. He's a good sport. Yeah, he retweeted it one time when I posted it, and I was like, I'm glad he actually remembers it.
This one time, Yeah, no, that's not the same Vandy anymore, man. Well, I don't know. At least the last couple years, so Bama will be there. Nashville's awesome city too.
Very
All right,
excited.
well, shout out to Chris. Great job. You guys make sure that you check him out at SEC Unfiltered. All right, so that kind of closes up our Super Bowl talk.
Mhm.
And now I want to tell you guys about AveD D Mick Nation. Hit that QR code right there. We've got swag. You got some of this. Did you give these away or did you wear these hats?
I got it. So I gave one away and I kept one. So
okay,
so I still got them. So yeah,
you guys
so I got
get one too.
Yeah, my hat influx is insane. So so when I moved to Nashville and I built out my little studio that I have, I'm gonna make sure I got like all the company hats that I'm rocking and everything like that. So I'm just I have good hair days, man. So it's hard for me to rock a hat sometimes.
No, do it, dude. I'm with you. I feel the same way sometimes, but I got other stuff going on. But anyway, you guys can win that. Get there. It's all free. We play games each week. Pick like the Super Bowl. You could do that there. And get in the comments section, and we give these away. And appreciate you guys for being part of what we do. All right, final topic on today's show: Alabama in Neville Arena, and they beat the Auburn Tigers. That was a beautiful thing. Nate Oates coaches Bruce Pearl's kid, and Bama wins. What do you think?
Great hard-fought win. That is a tough place to play. Right now, I feel like that game could make or break our season right now, especially the way things have gone the last couple of weeks. The Bediako situation, the last week getting embarrassed by Florida, bounce back, won 2 big games in a row. You beat the number 1 team in the SEC in Texas A&M. You go to Auburn and beat your rivals. So it looks like the team's building a little bit of a momentum. I know this whole situation the last couple of weeks with Bediako has been a lot for not just Alabama fans or the team, but just like the whole country at this point. Like this whole college basketball nation. I mean, a lot of guys are not massive fans of it. Along with what's happening, and this may be a domino effect for college athletics in general. So it is going to be interesting to see what's going to transpire with this situation. But overall, I thought it was a very hard fought win. I mean, the 4-point play was electric. Bediako having a big game. I feel like the team's starting to come in their own. Aiden going back, this is my favorite thing, scoring his career 1,000 point at Auburn. The place where he started, which is just hilarious to me. You can't make this up. Phylon, just an incredible king of the 251. I hope someone in Mobile makes a float for him because he deserves it. And then of course, Bediako had a really good game. He made a massive impact in that game, and saying he didn't is, we'll just be doing him a disservice. So, we got a hard stretch right now. We'll see how we can play into, and then going into tournament time in Nashville. This team's going to get a lot of hate every other road game it goes. You got these clowns, in Auburn thinking they're original, chanting G League dropout. Florida started that. So let's give credit to Florida. That was, kind of clever. It's kind of funny. And then Auburn just trying to rip it off, make it their own. But we're going to get booed and we're going to get hated everywhere else we go the rest of the way. Rather we win this whole thing or, we get picked off. So we just got to embrace it. I think this team is built. I think Nate has got this team ready because of how hard of a non-conference schedule we play.
Yeah.
So we're definitely not going to be lack of battle tested. I'll tell you that much.
Do you think Bediako is going to be able to complete the season?
I don't know. I mean,
it's so weird. The commissioner of the SEC came out and was like, "Hey, I hope they kick him out of the league." That was surprising to me because normally, you just it's like it's the integrity of the game. Want him out.
Well, I mean, it's going to be interesting because now we're seeing this, not the exact same situation, but a similar one going on in Knoxville right now with Joey Aguilar, the quarterback for Tennessee. Suing, basically getting a restraining order from a judge in Knoxville to come back and play a 7th year of college football. I mean, what are we doing? I mean, right. They used to be 4 and done, 5 and done if you redshirt once. I mean, come on, at this point. So, but I get it. it's a free for all right now. And I think I believe it was Josh Pate made this really good point, and I think he's onto something. There's going to be a player in this NFL draft coming up that is going to be like a fringe late draft pick, and then doesn't get picked up, and he's got a year of eligibility left at college, and he goes through this whole draft process, hires an agent. All this stuff. He doesn't get drafted. So instead of taking a walk-on practice squad, non-drafted free agent deal, why wouldn't you just go back to college and, make more money there? Like, go through that process. So that's a legit can of worms that could happen. So something's got to give sooner or later. Rather you allow this process to happen, or you just shut it down for all sports. But it's going to be tough, man. The world of college athletics right now is just an absolute mess.
Yeah, well, yeah, it really is. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I want him to play just because it helps us, but I also know that
I agree.
Some of this stuff is kind of ridiculous. Like,
yeah, I've said the same thing. Like, I selfishly, like, this is good for my team, my school. Like, this could help us get over the hump. But as a college, as a collegiate athlete fan, this just opens up so many, cans of worms. Like, is this detrimental to the game of the future going forward? I mean, it's going to get to the point where we just got to do a hard reset on everything. College athletics, like it's going to have to get to that point. We're going to have to regulate so many things, and then we're going to get conferences that are going to like threaten to disband from the NCAA, and then it's just going to turn into the SEC is basically going to have its own, national championship game, or the Big Ten is going to have their own national championship game. And in the world of the NCAA football, basketball, everything that we know as we know it will be gone. And that's like my biggest fear. That's like the doomsday apocalyptic scenario. Or we can actually have people who know what they're doing in charge of this,
right?
Actually make a stand, come up with a solution. Not just, throwing ideas out, making snarky comments, doing this and that, like actually make this happen. So will it happen this season? Probably not, because the season's already underway. But starting next year, you have to have guidelines. You have to have restrictions.
They don't have any though. I mean, like
they got nothing. But
so
maybe
bad.
but maybe this was the rule. Maybe this was the event to make these things happen.
Yeah. Maybe this is what kind of gets things going in the right direction.
Yeah. And hopefully it ends in a Bama championship. Yeah, Stephen
yeah, right.
Right.
Stephen Pearl. It feels a lot like nepotism when your dad has a job and then you get the job. And I know he was an assistant coach there, but
he wasn't deserving.
He's actually, I mean, like, I think he can coach, but I mean, would they really have hired him if his dad wasn't the coach?
No, absolutely not. No, no, absolutely not. That would be, there are much better candidates that could have gotten this job. I think it was a hand down. I think they kept him on the staff as the head coach because of his dad, the timing of what happened. So I think, because I'm pretty sure it was like right before the season started that he announced that he was going to retire and step down. So basically that coaching cycle was done, well done. So it made sense for the time being. I don't think this is their long-term answer, though. I could honestly see this if it's depending on how the SEC tournament goes and the NCAA tournament goes. This is a one-and-done situation for them. Like, they just like, hey, you were our safety net. Thanks for what you did, but we'll hold the door open for you on the way out.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, you don't beat Bama over there, and
Bruce Pearl has a losing record to NATO. So I mean, he's just following. Well, Bruce Pearl, if anything, the Steve Pearl, he's just following in his father's footsteps when it comes to playing Alabama. Yeah,
that's a nice man. That's a nice. Beating them's always like, I'm looking at that schedule, that football schedule. And I'm like, man, are we gonna go? We're going for 7 straight. Is that true right now? It's like boom, boom, boom. Like, come on, man. So you can say whatever you want to say about Kalen DeBoer, but kept that streak alive.
Undefeated.
Hey guys, I wanna throw this up here for you again. My main man, J.K. Terrell, does these. He is the guy behind. Probably should do it like this. The guy behind brown shed glass studio, whether it's something that you like this right here. You guys know I'm like, look, I got that. I got the window over there. Got that. I'm actually maybe even starting a podcast where I talk about stuff that has to do with this. I know. Can you imagine me not talking sports? But anyway, he's got you covered. Phone number's on the screen. He can do, they do stuff, Bama stuff. He does a bunch of Bama stuff. The Bama glass looks amazing. And we got it in the kitchen. It looks just perfect in there. So I got that one on the studio door. But check out his stuff. He can custom make those for you as well. So who you got in the big game? Who you got in the Super Bowl?
Man,
and cover the spread's 4.5. So if you take the Seahawks, cover.
I mean, I'm taking the Seahawks. I'm taking the cover. I got Sam Darnold winning MVP. Honestly, like I'm going to be more, excited about my prop bets on anything that I am about this game. I'm hoping it is a good game. I genuinely hoping it's like a classic, like the last time these two teams played in the Super Bowl. However, though, I think Seattle has clearly been a better team all year. I think that there are some flaws in the Patriots. I think they have a really good defense. I do. I like Seattle's defense more than I like New England's offense. I really do. And I think Seahawks win by double digits. I think New England scores late to make the game look closer than it actually was. But I am going to go Seattle. I'm going to go Sam Darnold as my MVP. I'm going to go actually.
Look at you.
Yeah. So I got a couple of different ones. I got Cooper Kupp over receiving yards, 33. I got Kenneth Walker anytime touchdown. I have both quarterbacks throwing an interception, so that's a good one for me.
Okay.
And then of course I'm betting on all the fun stuff like the heads or tails or length of the national anthem. And then I don't know enough about Bad Bunny to bet on the songs, so I kind of just went with a popular one. The last couple of times though that I played this game, with what songs it starts, it hasn't hit. Like it's almost impossible, especially with a catalog as big as they have it. So it's pretty fun to watch. Honestly, those are probably my favorite things. I actually think the Super Bowl halftime show is going to be very interesting for a lot of reasons. So I'm excited to check it out.
It's like, first off, this is Kalshi, right? $10 when you sign up with Bama Tailgate and trade $100. You guys know about this. It's basically an exchange market. It's legal in Alabama, all 50 states. You can do it with Robinhood. This is where the public is right now. 68. This scares me a little bit, but 68% of the money's on the Seahawks. Look at that right there. How much money? I mean, well over $1 million of people playing the Seahawks, which makes me think that New England's going to be a lot closer than the 4.5. Now, I'm not saying that I care whether they do Bad Bunny or not. Don't know any of his songs. Don't know anything about him. Seems like a weird pick, just because you could get any musician in the entire world and somebody that none of us even we can't even tell you what the song might be to start this, right? And then there was some controversy there. So whatever. Who will perform at the big game? Cardi B, Travis Scott. And that's pretty interesting. How long will the halftime show last? 13 or 14 minutes. You can play all of this there. It's another one. What songs will be played at the halftime show? None of us really know that because it's not a group that a lot of us know. Which brands will advertise during the big game? Maybe some of you guys know Bad Bunny. I saw him. He was on WWE a few times. I knew who he was. I just didn't know his songs.
I know all his songs. Like you listen to him, you go out. Like if you go out in nightlife and
So they like the songs that play. They play like in the clubs. They're like club songs.
Oh yeah, very club songs. They're fun. Like if you hear one, like if you play like a random Bad Bunny song, you're gonna know it. Like there's no way you don't. He's probably, I would say, one of if not the biggest star in music right now internationally. Like he just is, and he just won at the Grammys. So I mean he's an awesome actor.
Hot right now. He's hot.
Yeah. Oh, he's the hottest.
But they had Prince and Paul McCartney and the Rolling Stones, and Dr. Dre a couple years ago. I mean, like Snoop Dogg. I mean, I just don't know, man. Like,
you gotta think too. Like out in LA. I mean, they got Dr. Dre, they got Snoop Dogg. Like, they're from the West Coast area, in that area. So, and that was the first time they had a Super Bowl in LA.
When you do Journey though, when you do Journey from San Francisco, don't you like Journey?
I mean, if
did you get them back together for the Super Bowl, or you think that it's impossible?
I think now, like a couple years ago, I would say before the massive social media trends started taking over the influence it has over the NFL and these other major sports outlets. So they're getting for example, like Bad Bunny, from a marketing and publicity standpoint, this is a genius move by the NFL, because next year they'll have the most international games ever played on their schedule. Right. So they're doing that, and then not to mention they're relating to a lot of the crowd who maybe this is the only time they watch the NFL. So they want to draw these people. And then from an international crowd, this might be the most watched Super Bowl of all time because of just the Super Bowl alone. So from a marketing standpoint, this is a genius move by them. I don't know too much about San Francisco music. Now, next year it's going to be out in LA, so you can do a variety of things again. Last year, Kendrick Lamar, with the whole Kendrick Lamar beef going back and forth, that was must watch.
Is it going to come back? Yeah, I mean, you talk about that. I was like, is Drake going to come out? J. Cole, we see him? What's going on here?
I mean, it would be incredible. I mean, it really would.
On top of the fact that it's Taylor Swift and a three-peat and all this year, it's like, this is kind of like a Super Bowl that is the exact opposite of all the stuff that we had going on last year. Although there is an alternative halftime show with Kid Rock. Did you know about this?
No. Wait, what?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Where? When?
It comes on. Let me figure it out here. Because Kid Rock's playing. I think it's the foundation of Charlie Kirk that's doing the alternative halftime show. But I know Kid Rock is there. Yeah, here we go. Turning Point USA, alternative halftime show, right? And it includes Kid Rock, who's been in some Bama games, right? It's like I see him and and Hank Williams Jr. and the golfing guy. What's the golfer guy? The big dude that's on and the
John Daly.
Yeah, John Daly. Yeah. Kid Rock.
Look.
Brantley Gilbert, you know him. Lee Bryce, Gabby Barrett. Those are the that's who's going to be part of the.
I no offense to any of those, very talented musicians. I'm probably going to be skipping that show. I will be.
You're going Bad Bunny.
Well, I'm going where I know there's going to be, incredible performance put on, performance value. So and this is going to be a very unique situation.
You think Kid Rock has the strippers for this? Did you know that he had strippers? I saw him in concert once, and he had a little person that we used to call midget named Joe C. that was there. Shows you how old I am. Joe C. was actually in the show that I saw.
Yeah, the only Kid Rock song I can think of at the top of my head is that Excuse for Sweet Home Alabama, all summer long. I mean, it is. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's all right. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like I get what they're trying to do. Cool for them. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people who turn into that one. I'm going to watch the one with higher production value. And obviously I'm not going to take a chance of missing commercials. Plus I want to see what this is going to happen. Like, I mean, it's the Super Bowl. Like that would be like me turning off the Super Bowl in the last drive of the game to watch the Puppy Bowl.
Well, people used to do the Puppy Bowl. Where do you find this? I don't even know where you find it.
It's on Animal Planet, but it's like well before the game. Like, I mean,
right.
I mean, it's a tradition at this point. Like, everyone should watch the Puppy Bowl for at least like 30 minutes. It's adorable. And then you go over and you watch your 6 hours of game time, like pre-game content that you need. And obviously like the Super Bowl
Trinity Broadcasting, Trinity Broadcasting and One American News Network.
Yeah, I don't even know what channel that's on. I'm about downloading an app to watch an alternative halftime show.
Have that on
your
like, TV.
That was like when Ole Miss played Wake Forest and I had to download the Fubo app, and I'm like, no, never again.
Yeah. Look, I wonder if it'll take a chunk out of the I have to. Anyway, guys.
I would be shocked if it did.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Kalshi, Bama Tailgate, hit him up there. And again, I appreciate all you guys. Good to see you. Cruise back from San Francisco, doing a little work before. I know you're tired. Where'd you fly out of? Where'd you fly into from?
So I'm in so right now I'm in St. Simon's, back at the family house. And but you got to think about it. Like, I've been on the road last 2 weeks. I did Senior Bowl in Mobile. Came back, had a day, and then flew back immediately Monday morning, first thing in the morning, out to San Francisco, dropped my bags off, immediately got to work at Radio Row. And then I got back late last night around 1 a.m. and still adjusting to the time change, 3-hour time difference over there. So I get 2 weeks off after tomorrow, going to take a nice little break. And then I will be in the process of moving to Nashville, Tennessee.
All right, man. I love it. After the Super Bowl, when things calm down.
Finally.
Guys, like, subscribe, thumbs up, get in the comments section. Tell us which Super Bowl halftime show you're going to watch and if the Super Bowl's over already. So you think, and your pick was, you said you're going Seahawks, and give up I'm going to go. I feel like everybody's on the Seahawks, and the Patriots are going to surprise some people with their defense. But I don't know. I'm with you. I think the Seahawks are just too good. That Rams game, that was kind of the Super Bowl to me. And if Bo Nix is playing, I mean, they don't even get there, the Patriots. But they're the Patriots, and they find a way to win these big games. So we'll see. And no one's been more successful in NFL history than in Super Bowls than the Patriots. They've been to more, and they've won more. So we'll find out. But we're brought to you by ProRip. What's that?
Oh, no, I was going to say Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and walking through that door, though.
That's right. But some of the people that were there are there. Guys, we appreciate you. Make sure that you check us out. Throwing up content at Bama Tailgate and the YouTube channel. And we're brought to you by Pearl River Resort again. So the Azaleas, the Oaks, 2 amazing golf courses at Dancing Rabbit. That's over there in Philadelphia, Mississippi. Silver Star and Golden Moon Casino are connected by a pedestrian bridge. It is a really fun place to hang out. They got everything you need there. So check it out. And thanks for hanging with us, and Roll Tide.
So, Jake, let's break down some game tape.
Hold on, fellas. Steve,
Hey, Jake, you ready to rock?
let's roll, brother.
Guess we're calling plays at Pearl River Resort. Wow, Jake's first throw scores. And Steve's got the crowd pumped. Man, they're absolutely rolling.
'Cause I don't have to be me till Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I ain't gonna face reality.
I tell you, Jake's still got game. While Steve keeps rocking aces. Boom, Jake seals it with a pick.
Come call your own plays.
At Pearl River Resort, let's roll.
I don't have to be me till Monday.
In some places, football is a sport. In Alabama, it's a fine art. New Life Art is now accepting pre-orders for Daniel A. Moore's next Crimson Classic, the Crispy Screen, guys. What a name to commemorate the Fat Boys. This masterwork commemorates the screen pass to Caden Proctor that outsmarted Kirby and the Georgia defense. Proctor's catch and bulldog dozing run set up Ty Simpson's 3-yard touchdown just before the half, which was a big score for us, guys. Visit DanielMooreArt.com to see the artist's preliminary sketch and take advantage of a special pre-publication pricing for the Crispy Screen. Go ahead, get into that. Go get you one of those Caden Proctor prints. I'm super excited to get mine in because he's living the dream of all the Fat Boys. And go look up that Crispy Screen and get you one, guys.
We're presented by Bod Coach, and you can tell I'm slimming up over here, and it's because of Bod Coach. This is absolutely amazing. It's your personal trainer that is with you 24/7. So when I go to hotels or when I'm on the road, I type in, hey, look, I got equipment. This is what I have, and it'll make a workout specifically for me, what I want, what exercises I want. When I'm at home or I'm in a hotel and there's no way I can get to the gym, it'll say, hey, this is what I want to work on today, and it sends you personalized workout plans. It's really awesome. And they contacted me a few weeks ago to be a spokesman. I said, well, I want to try this. Bod Coach is fantastic. Like, I use it all the time. I mean, and if I'm telling you, man, like, it makes working out when you are on the go like me so much better. Just because I don't always know I didn't play football at Alabama. I didn't have Scott Cochran yelling, yeah, and telling me what workouts to do. So anyway, I'm going to put in the body of on the YouTube all about Bod Coach. Get you guys signed up there, but tell them you heard it on Bama Tailgate.